So we are back now. Hope the stream is working fine. Wi-Fi is having a little bit of a howler. So I'll monitor this. Hopefully it doesn't go off again. Everything looks to be fine at the minute. So I'm hoping it remains the same. Let's just have a quick run through then of what tyres people have gone. I assume everyone's gone for mediums. No, they haven't. We've got everyone on mediums apart from Full Air in the Red Bull and El Stefano in the Alpha Tauri at the back. We do not need that. We do need that though. No one will be making stops in this race. We know what tyres are people on, so we can add position changes. So this is what your grid looks like for the sprint race then. So we've got Epic on pole position, Johnny Stokes in second, Mrs. Carl in third with an incredible lap. Then we've got Full Air, Puggy Ethan in fifth. We've got that guy Alex, and we've got the two Aston Martin pairs of Chubb and Scotty. Obviously, as we know, these two can come together quite often. Now they're in the same team. Hopefully they do not come together. I don't want to see the Red Bulls of, I don't know, 2010, 2013, even Baku 2018. Don't want to be seeing that kind of thing. Freddie Saint in 9th, Cherry 10th, Woomax in 11th, Avi 12th. His mate Erez in 13th. Erez's teammate, the rookie Camruddy in 14th. El Stefano 15th. GGC. And starting us at the back, as usual, is man like Frenzy. Should be a great race. Let's hope that my Wi-Fi can be just as good. I might have to drop next week's race to 720p, which I don't want to do. But we will see how it goes. What are the camera angles looking like? Shit, by the looks of it. So we'll just go on board with Epic and see how this goes. All the drivers lined up on the grid now for this sprint race. Camruddy was disqualified, so he's going to be put back a little bit. So the lights will be turning on now. I've got 5 red lights, and we are away here for the sprint in COTA. It looks like an amazing start from Epic there. We've got Mrs. Carr coming alongside Johnny. Johnny's getting swallowed into turn 1. We've got a Red Bull down the inside. That is Full Air. Driver's going wide. We've got Spinner at the back. That's Scotty dropping down positions. What's happened to him? He's been collected by someone. I hope it wasn't his teammate, as all the drivers now file their way through Sector 1. Bit of a Mickey Mouse sector, bit of what file. We've got a Ferrari spin at the back. That is Puggy Ethan round. Wonder if he went for a move and he's come off worse out of that. Hectic start for the drivers here. Alex going down the inside of Chubb. Don't take each other out, boys. It's the first lap of the sprint. Come on. Drag race between these two now. What's going on further down? We've got Full Air making a move on Mrs. Carl. Give it to him, Mrs. Carl. Don't let him. Oh, there's a bit of contact. And Full Air is off. Did he hit the wall? Oh my word. This is absolutely carnage. Keep it clean, lads. We've got Avi in the mixer here. 3 wide into this section. Sure, it's got to be a safety car at some point. No, everyone's getting through just fine. Oh, we've got Avi going into the side of Chubb, spinning round. Don't hit him. This is incredible stuff. Avi with a 5-second penalty. Blimey, I don't know where to look. Freddie Saint trying to look around the outside of El Stefano, who's made up 8 places. Brilliant start. So coming through the end of lap 1 then, absolutely mental. Epic holds on to his lead. We've got Johnny Stokes in second. Mrs. Carl with an incredible start in 3rd position still. Full Air somehow managing to survive his tangle with Mrs. Carl. We've got Alex 5th, Chubb 6th. El Stefano and Freddie Saint going side by side in turn 1. El Stefano trying to keep all of them 8 positions he's made up so far. We've got Woomax hunting them down behind, followed by Frenzy GGC right in their 4-way battle. We've then got Avi just behind them. We've got Erez as well, even further behind them. But the biggest loss has to be Puggy Ethan, down 11 places in the sprint as Cherry has just come out the pits. He's a long way behind now. Scotty won't be impressed with that start. But that was absolutely incredible. I think we've got to stay on board with this battle here, though. What a gaggle of cars this is behind El Stefano, doing his best trolley train impression. Come on, El Stefano, hold on to this, my sunshine, as Cam Ruddy is getting by Puggy Ethan in the background. I wonder if Puggy Ethan has any damage on the car. I don't think so. He might have a bit of end plate damage. As Woomax is sending one down the inside of Freddie saying, go on, my sunshine. That's a right move, mate. That is incredible stuff. Freddie Saint didn't know where that was coming from, but Freddie Saint sent it back down the inside of the triple left-hander, but Woomax manages to hold on. Let's have a look at the guys at the front as Johnny Stokes is right up behind Epic now. 0.6 seconds as DRS is enabled this lap. Full air sets fastest lap, so he's going to be looking to get back onto Mrs. Carl as everyone starts to spread out a little bit now. But this will be a test for Johnny. He won't like the fact that a new guy's come in first race and try to show him up as Cam Ruddy's retired. What's happened to him? He is retired in the pits, so I assume he has too much damage, rear wing damage maybe. We will keep an eye on that gap at the front of the field though. But this is an absolutely incredible battle here between, got about 5 or 6 cars here. 4 cars in this little train at the beginning. As Woomax is trying to close right on the back of El Stefano. Can he send it up the inside? No, he cannot. He's just going to have to buy his time for the DRS. I assume this is going to get all too close down into turn 10. Is Johnny Stokes making a move on Epic? No, he isn't. As Frenzy and Freddie Saint going side by side. Frenzy's got a right run here, and he's going to send it down the inside of everybody. Unbelievable stuff. Woomax has got himself up into 7th position. Freddie Saint is in there, losing a couple of positions. And now Avi's trying to send it back down the inside of him. And Avi's gone round again. Bit of lag, but Avi, at the minute, does not like this section of track, either making contact with the rear of people's cars or losing it by himself. But Frenzy and El Stefano up 8 and 7 positions respectively. Incredible stuff by the RPR veterans here as Full Air sets another fastest lap and got by Mrs. Carl on that lap, so he will hunt down both Epic and Johnny Stokes for the lead of this sprint race. Now El Stefano getting mighty close to Woomax there, trying to have a look around the outside as Frenzy tried to sneak up the inside. You've got Freddie in watching view at the back there. Pug Ethan is right behind GGC. Some different lines going on here between Woomax and El Stefano. Have a look at Puggy Ethan, who's right up behind the back of this Alfa Romeo now. Can he make a move at some point? We've also got Scotty right up behind the back of Avi now, who we know hasn't had the cleanest of starts to this race. So we come through now to the back straight of the 4th lap. Johnny Stokes looks like he's getting close to having a go at Epic. Maybe just the battle lines being thrown down early here. Johnny Stokes having a look around, trying to find any which way to get past the Haas driver. Haas driver looks intent on defending this, so Johnny's going to have his work cut out for him. Puggy Ethan's still up behind GGC, and Scotty remains behind Avi, who's close back in to Frenzy as there's a spinner. That is Erez through the Sector 3 Mickey Mouse section. I'm hoping the stream is still going, hoping that we have at least one viewer. Got a plan for the race, need to recover. Yes, hopefully you have a better sprint race, mate. We're watching the fight for first position here. We are halfway through nearly this race as we have Scotty finally making a move on Avi into turn 1. But Avi's gone for the old switcheroo and absolutely done Scotty. Scotty will not be liking that. There's a yellow flag in sector 1. That's GGC and Puggy Ethan off. So I'm assuming there's been a bit of contact there. Freddie Saint's got a penalty. So Puggy Ethan's had an absolutely awful session so far. Not a great first race for him. at all. But we're now on board with the fight for the lead. Johnny Stokes has already pulled out alongside Epic before the DRS. So Epic's had an absolute howler coming out of turn 11. He's going to drop back into the slipstream. Is he going to ascend one down the inside? No, he just decides to wait his turn. He will get the DRS next and be able to fight back. Frenzy and El Stefano going at it down the main straight. Some battling in the background as well, I believe, as Scotty gets past Avi yet again. These two swapping positions all the time. Chubb and Alex look to have settled down in 5th and 6th. Haven't seen much of them. Both have improved their starting positions by 1 place. Mrs. Carl is managing to stay in the DRS of full air. She's doing an amazing job here. This is where it's secretly just Carl pretending to be his missus. But highly doubt that. Mrs. Carl is an exceptional driver and she is showing why she deserves to race in RPR. Right here, Frenzy right behind Woomax. Ares picks up a 3-second penalty. Let's have a look at the penalties at the minute. So the penalties look like this. We have Freddie Saint on 3. Avi picked up that 5-second when he was trying to rejoin the track. We have GGC on 3 and Ares on 3 as well, as these will become more of a problem in the race. Mrs. Carr just trying to hang on to the back of Full Air, who looks like he hasn't been able to close in on Epic and Johnny. Johnny saved a lot of ERS and just buying his time, playing the long game. We know that Johnny is an expert of that. We've seen that against myself, against Moyland. We've seen that throughout every scene of RPR as they've been in. Extremely patient driver. Will not fight if it's not need to, as Puggy Ethan retires from the race. Did he just retire on track? If he did, that could be a penalty coming this way, as you are not allowed to retire on the track itself. You have to retire in the pit, as his car has disappeared now, I believe. Which we've got Scotty and Freddie Saint going side by side. I'm trying to get a good angle for this. Oh, as Freddie Saint nearly loses it, he manages to just hold on. As Scotty nips in there for 10th, still outside the points. Last point playing position, obviously 8th in the sprint race, which has been held on to by Woomax at the minute. Chubb has managed to close into the back of Alex, so let's hope that he can close into the Williams driver. Hopefully Alex's friend Leon can join for the feature race. That'd be nice. Have both Williams out on track. Maybe they can both score points like in real life. Scotty and El Stefano now. Oh, Scotty's being spun around by Freddie Saint. Oh my word. Scotty will not be happy with that, as Freddie Saint has taken out one of the veterans of RPR in his first ever race. Not a good look for the new McLaren driver. But it was great close racing up until then. You're always going to get collisions, especially in a small race like this. I assume that there might be a few incidents being reported, as Ares gets a massive tank sniper at the back there, unless that was just lag. Anyone going for any moves? We've got Chubb right on the back of Alex, who's lagging around a little bit. There's Chubb, he's going to go down the inside. He is ahead of the Williams driver before the corner gets it slowed down. Lovely move there from Chubb. Beautiful under braking. An area that he struggles at a little bit, especially for slow corners. We have GGC and Freddie Saint going at it in the background, as Freddie Saint has let Scotty by the looks of it. So fair play to the McLaren driver. Been a bit of a hectic first 7 laps here, as Epic has managed to close in to 6/10 of Johnny. What ERS is he on? 30%. So Johnny is clearly in a better position than the Haas driver in his first Grand Prix for Rapid Pixel Racing. Mrs. Card just dropping to 1.5 seconds behind. For as Epic picks up a 3-second penalty, so that has surely seen him be relegated to 2nd place in this sprint race. Freddie Saint has retired in the pits. That is unfortunate to see, but I guess if you are that far away from 8th position, then what is the point in finishing, as you will not pick up points in the sprint. I guess obviously there is still your position for the feature race to consider. Epic will probably go for the move here on Johnny Stokes, and he does indeed. It will be pretty futile though, as he does have that 3-second penalty on him, so he will drop behind Johnny if Johnny can stay within that 3 seconds. GC is Scotty now. Scotty going for a move before the back straight. Interesting. Oh, he loses the back end now. Wonder who got DRS there. Scotty, I believe, but I'm not too sure. Neither of them got it apparently. Great games. They must have gone over the detection point at the exact same time. Avi has had a bit of an awful sprint race, but how many positions has he lost or gained? He has gained 2, so I mean you could say it's pretty good. Without them spins he could have been right up there. Frenzy though, what a sprint race he'd had, up into 7th position, gaining 10 places as Cherry picks up 3-second time penalty, but he is down in 14th, so that will not affect him at all. Mrs. Carl looks to be getting on the back of Full Air now, so will she be able to put up a fight right at the end? She has 32% ERS compared to Full Air's 33, so they are fairly even on that stance. We obviously don't know what setups these guys are running, so one of them might be running much lower wings, which might help either in defence or attack, but Mrs. Carl is closing in there on Full Air. She will pick up the DRS on Full Air. She has put in an amazing race. She's so far my driver of the night, I think we should probably claim it as. Is she going to have a look down the inside, having a half look? Doesn't quite go for it this time, just biding her time. Full Air down on to 20%, but Mrs. Carl used some on that lap. Chubb staying ahead of Alex. Now, a lot of people don't like this view, but for me, you know, get to see, this is as close as you're going to get to the driver's eye view. This is what you'd see if you were in the cockpit. Obviously, a lot of drivers just use the T-cam. Great little swooping shot there of the triple right-hander. Everyone loves it. Reminds you a bit of the Istanbul Park circuit. Obviously the turn 7, 8, 9, 10 section, I think, because is that Full Air going wide and Mrs. Carl going for a move? I think it is, as she goes around the outside of Full Air. Can he hold it in? I think he can. Side by side now, going down into turn 2. Full Air manages to hold it round the outside and keep that position. But we're going on to the final lap of the race now. Full Air on 22%. Mrs. Carl on a slightly bit lower, so hopefully that doesn't affect her. This is the closest battle in this final lap, so we will stay on board. This is Alex picks up a 3-second penalty. So Frenzy gets a move on and closes half a second. Then he could be able to pick up a position. Can Mrs. Carl get up into 3rd position? We have got Chubb right on the back of this as well, so this has become a 3-4 car race. In fact, Full Air shows Mrs. Carl the outside. Is she going to try and hold it around there? No, she's going to look to get the old switcheroo. I think she hit the back of Full Air there. Maybe a bit of lag. Quite a lot of lag, as I just thought Chubb was about to send Mrs. Carl into the shadow realm. Oh, he's getting close. Chubb is right on the back of these two, but we have Johnny and Epic now coming through the final corner to take 1st and 2nd in the sprint race. So we'll start 1st and 2nd in the sprint race, but we are on board for the battle for 3rd position. Can Mrs. Carl invent anything through the final corner? No, she can't. Full Air takes 3rd. Mrs. Carl is in 4th. Chubb in 5th. Frenzy manages to close in half a second and beat Alex to 6th position by 0.1 of a second. We have Wumax finishing in 8th. Avi finishing 15 seconds behind Wumax. Comes in 10th in the end because of his penalties. El Safana being promoted to 9th. Scotty Harris in 11th. Erez 12th. GGC will come home in 13th. And then Cherry will come home 14th. But what a sprint. Incredibly hectic. So let's just hope it's a little bit cleaner in the race. And let's also hope that my stream doesn't die. That would be nice. And Spurs are 2-0 up. Get in. Have some of that, Cherry. Here are your point finishes then from the sprint race quickly. Johnny Stokes picks up the full 8 points, obviously no fastest lap award in the sprint. Epic picks up 7, Fuller 6, Mrs. Carl picks up 5, RPR Chubb picking up 4 points, Frenzy picks up 3rd right at the end as he finishes 2/10 ahead of that guy Alex, who gets 2 points, and Woomax picking up the final points in the sprint race. Next up is the feature race for the 10th season of Rapid Pixel Racing. Let's go. Here we are then for the formation lap for the sprint. I have noticed that Epic likes to move around quite a lot in the formation lap. I'm going to let out a little secret. All you need to do is hold the brake and you will warm the tyres up. Not extremely real game in it. So let's have a look at what tyres everybody is on. Interesting. We have got Johnny Stokes and Epic going for the medium tyres to start this race. So probably expecting a safety car extremely early. Full Air's gone for the hard, so we'll hope for the better tyres towards the end of the race. Mrs. Carl, Chubb, Frenzy, that guy actually, Woomax, all on the mediums. El Stefano's gone for the softs, possibly gambling on an early safety car as well. Pick up a few early positions. We saw how good he was off the start of the sprint race. And then we have Avi down to GGC on mediums, Cherry on softs, Freddie Saint on medium, and the two guys at the back, Puggy, Ethan and Cameron, 2 new drivers in the league, as well as Freddie Saint, who's making his first feature race debut in RPR. Let's not forget Mrs. Carl and Full Air, who used to race on Fridays. This is their first ever race on a Monday. And Epic, who messaged me today on TikTok asking if there was any space for him. I said, yeah, we've got 2 seats left, mate, if you want a full-time one. So he's just about got in for today's race. Looks like a very quick driver, so I thought Johnny would have it a bit easy now that I'm off the grid, but clearly not. I am looking very forward to this race. I hope it's a bit cleaner than the sprint race, but I hope it's as entertaining. Drivers come through now to line up on the grid for the first race of season 10 of the Monday Legend League. As we have our final driver, Eris, pulling into his grid slot now. So the lights are coming on. We have 5 red lights and they're out extremely quickly. Epic gets a good start by the looks of it down the inside. Hurtle up to turn 1 now. A massive pinch point on the circuit. Everyone looks like to get through clean. A bit of contact at the back there between Avi and Woomax. But the front 5, 6 are through very cleanly. Alex has picked up 1 position ahead of Woomax as everyone followed through. And that's a Mercedes going around. That's Aries in the background who looks like he's crashed out. There's a yellow flag for that. The Williams of Alex looks to try and find a way past Chubb. Very quick start from the Williams driver. Anything else happening further back? No, it seems like a much cleaner race so far. Puggy Ethan sending it down the inside of Scotty. Scotty's not going to be very pleased with that. These new drivers seem to be a bit punchy. Seems to be a bit of lag round today, so Scotty might have to be kicked off of hosting. But nah, he shouldn't be. Well, there is a bit of lag, so we should consider it maybe. Cherry now moving down past Scotty around his outside, I believe, as the 2 Ferraris go wheel to wheel. Obviously, they were the champions last season. As Avi said, a massive one down the inside of Woomax. Wow. Does he get that? Don't make it 3 wide through there. Oh, my word. Puggy Ethan. Oh, he's lost it. He's in the wall and he's out. The Ferrari driver, the rookie, is out of his first race. He can only blame that on himself, really. He sent it for a corner. He shouldn't really send it through and lost the rear in the process. He will not be happy with that. Wow, what a hectic first lap. This gives us an opportunity to have a look through the winners and losers of lap 1. The first 5 is completely unchanged. They all got away very cleanly. Alex moved ahead of Frenzy. Great stuff from Alex. Avi was in the absolute thick of it on lap 1. He is up 2 positions now. Woomax down 1. Scotty up 1. Cam ready with a great start on them softs. He's up to 11. Maybe a driver to look out for. GGC up a place. So is Freddie Steen. El Stefano, the biggest loser at the minute, unless he's just come into the pits, I believe. Let's have a quick look. Which he has already made his first pit stop. That is why he is down positions. Cherry as well came into the pits. El Stefano with that collision through Sector 1. I mean, we knew it was going to be close. Sector 1 lends itself to incidents, especially in this grid as close as this with a few new drivers. Clearly the connection isn't up to the high standards it can be at, whether that is because of Scotty's internet, who knows. I can see a fair few drivers lagging around though, so hopefully we can get that changed. I might try to get a booster for my room, and if I did that I might be able to stream and host at the same time. Oh, pardon me. But wow, what a crazy start to this race, honestly. Absolutely mental. Coming into this I thought it'd be a bit more relaxed, but absolutely not. Drivers do not care that it's the first race of the season. Whilst we've got this time as well, just want to let everyone know that Tottenham are top of the league. We are clearly absolutely incredible under Big Ange this season. Don't know if there's any football fans, to be fair. There's a few lads who watch it. A few Villa fans who were giving it all that yesterday, Cherry in particular. But you don't have anything on the mighty Tottenham Hotspur, mate. So, what do drivers do going from here? It's an early safety car. Personally, if I was in the car, I would not be looking to pit. It's far too early. Hards will not get to the end of the race from here. They will only degrade massively by the end. Cherry's gone for the hard, so whether he believes they can go the distance or not, we'll wait and find out. But I really do not think they can make that distance at all. If I was on a softer set of tyres, I would probably have just stayed out, you know, with the field as close as it is, with there already being quite a lot of incidents. You know, there's an opportunity for another safety car. As you get told in F1 and the World Endurance Championship, really any championship that has full course safety cars, your safety cars breed safety cars. That is the rule. So if I was starting on a soft tyre, I would just stay out. I think you're in the best position if you're on the set of the mediums, like Johnny and Epic. But let's have a talk about Full Air. He's on them hard tyres in third position. He's had a great start being able to hold on to them. If he can stay somehow in the DRS of Johnny and Epic, obviously in the sprint he lost a lot of time at the beginning due to fighting Mrs. Carl. But he's a dark horse. If a safe car comes out at the right time, I'm going to have him to win. Obviously he's going to need it to keep it clean. Need to not get any penalties. But at the minute, the safety car comes in this lap. At the minute, he's doing a good job up in third position. Let's have a quick rundown before we get restarted. Then we have Johnny in first, leading the way. He takes control of the safety car now. Epic in second. We have Full Air third. Mrs. Carl fourth, doing an amazing job. RPR Chubb fifth. Alex sixth. Then we have Frenzy, Avi, Womack, and Scotty to round up the top 10. Cam Ruddy is now up into 11th. Great start from him. GGC 12th, Freddie Saint 13th, Elstefano 14th, 15th is Ares, and last is Cherry on them hard. And unfortunately, Puggy Ethan retired from the session. He was the one who caused that safety car. When will Johnny go? Yesterday I went at the final corner, but it was full wet conditions, so I had no choice. He's gone before the penultimate corner. Was he taking a leaf out of my book? Not really. He's hasn't pulled away from Epic that much. Epic was wise to that. Epic right behind him. Will he ever go into turn one? I highly, highly doubt that. We have drivers further back looking to make moves. Alex is right up behind Chubb by the looks of it. But no moves so far through the field, as Johnny's going to look to try and stretch his lead in the coming laps. Cherry's already got past Errors at the back there. Alex and Chubb. This is a battle I am intrigued to watch throughout the race. Obviously, me, Alex and Chubb, we're pretty good friends. So I want them to do really well, and I don't want them to take each other out, as funny as that would be to watch. Womack situated himself pretty much right in the middle here. No one's going for mental moves, to be fair. It's a lot more spread out than what I thought it was going to be. As Scotty's making a move now, Womack. So looks like Scotty's running low wings, as he's made a move there. Or either that or he's used a bit of the ERS. As Full Air and Mrs. Carl look to be going side by side. Mrs. Carl's trying to sweep underneath Full Air. Can she go around the outside of him? That would be a brave move. But I don't think she can. Full Air manages to hold on to third position with them hard tyres. Great work so far from him. Johnny Stokes has managed to pull out over a second over Epic. That is important. He has used a bit of ERS, but Epic has matched him with the usage rate, which is extremely interesting. So Johnny at this point in the race looks like he has the pace. Whether that changes throughout the race or not is another question. Good evening, Dutch Face. Hope you're enjoying the racing so far. Would be good to see you on the grids, either on a Sunday or a Monday. You're welcome to obviously race in both. Obviously this now allows assist. Sunday's a bit more competitive, allowing only no line. Some very quick drivers on a Sunday, so if you do fancy a bit of a challenge, we have some spaces still remaining on a Sunday, so get involved. Send me a message on Twitter, send it a message in the description, whatever. But let's get back on to the racing now. Scotty Harris right up behind Avi. Scotty's had a great start. Scotty does have a lot of pace. He just seems to get caught up in incidents and funny moments, like losing the back end at turn 11, coming into the back straight. DRS isn't open yet, so Scotty's going to have to try and do this with DRS. There'll be a send from a long way back. Full Air looks to be getting quite close to Epic under braking there. Cam Ruddy still at the back. Puggy Ethan's left the session, hence why there's a bit of lag. Apologies about that, everyone. Cam Ruddy, them tyres will be going off now, them softs. maybe only got a few laps in them at most. It's a very high degradation track, is COTA, as DRS gets enabled this lap. Let's have a look at the penalties. No one's got any penalties yet. Obviously stops, we've only got Cherry and El Stefano, as there's a bit of a battle going on at the back there between Cherry and Freddie. I think Freddie lost it on the exit of turn 20, I believe is the final corner number. Obviously it doesn't have a name because it's not a classic circuit. As Johnny has really stretched his margin out here up to 1.5 seconds now. He is using his DRS down to 50%. Epic only on 60, so maybe buying his time a little bit. Full Air is using a lot, and so as Mrs. Carl, RPR Chubb and Alex look at to be starting a little bit of a scrap. Is that a little touch from Alex there? It very well might have been just a little kiss to tell his friend, get a move on, mate. I want to try and catch up to the podium potentially here, as Alex easily gets by. And we have a move in the background there for Scotty and Avi, as Avi's going to show him the outside. Is Scotty going to hang it round there? He gets pushed wide. Might go to the stewards with that one. But all looks fair to me. Rubbins Racing. He shouldn't have got a warning for it. A lot of close racing here. Frenzy right up behind RPR Chubb now. This looks to be one of the closest battles on track. Chubb's losing a bit of time here, so maybe he's just lost a bit of confidence in the car. This isn't his favourite track at all. Hasn't touched the game since Jeddah, the final round of the 009 season. Frenzy's right up behind him now though. Can he make a move into turn one? Is he going to send it? No, he isn't. Scotty and Avi going at it yet again. Scotty's going to send one down the inside. Can he get it slowed down? Just about. Great move from Scotty there. Time the brake to perfection. Cherry and GGC, two good friends going at it. It looks like Cherry has got the better of GGC for once. And Avi's coming back, and Scotty, wow, there's so much happening everywhere. It's hard to keep up, as I thought Scotty was going to go into the back of him there. Great battle from these two. Probably losing them time. Scotty definitely has the pace over Avi. They're just losing touch now to that top 7, you could say. Second down to 7th is mighty close. Full Air now all over the back of Epic. Is he going to try and go for a move here? He is. He's going to pull to the outside, and he's going to try and work his way the whole way round. Is there going to be contact? No, there isn't. Lag from Epic, but Full Air gets down the inside on the hards. Epic still in there though, trying to see it round the outside. Is he going to try and cut back on him out of the left-hander? He does, but he can't make it work. Maybe his mediums are going off a little bit here. Great move from Full Air though on them hards. He's had an exceptional race so far. But in the meantime, Alex also got ahead of Mrs. Carl. So it looks like Mrs. Carl and RPR Chubb are just losing a bit of pace here, as Epic sent it down the inside into the final corner. So Full Air must have made a mistake through the turn 19 penultimate corner. Side by side up the hill. Mrs. Carl looks to be trying to make a move on Alex at the same time, as she does send it up the inside. Can she get it done? No, she can't. Alex holds on to P4 there, and will now try and close in on the two in front of him, the last two podium positions. But I'm tempted to say that Epic is running a more of a time trial setup, more of a quality setup, very, very quick in qualifying, but comes to the race and in the tyre wear, he's now fallen back a little bit. I have made that mistake before of running the not ideal setup for this track, and it punishes you massively. If you can't get a good feel, can't get a good setup, then you struggle so much in the race. You'll have a lot of pace and quality, but in the race you will falter, as what Epic looks to be doing. Flair looks to get that move done. Frenzy got the move done on Chubb at the same time. You could see that in the same frame there. Lovely little camera shot coming down the back of that straight. Scotty gets in front of Avi finally. A little bit of a tail wag from Woo Max there, but Scotty will now try and get closer to his teammate. He's very close, this top 5, top 7 or so. from what, 4th down to 7th, 4 cars inside, what, 2 seconds? Mrs. Carr is just about 2 seconds off the back of Epic now, as she's managed to get back past Alex. I believe that was at turn 1 on the last lap, so she's putting in a great performance here. Definitely rooting on Mrs. Carr. As Epic sends one down the inside of Fillet, you can see that all the way from the final corner. He just backs out of it though, coming into sector 1. Great camera shot here of the track from the helicopter cam. See the cars going, sweeping through the S's. But I do think Epic is now on the worst side of his stint. I think he has lost a lot of time. Maybe gone out a bit too hard at the beginning, but I do think the setup will have a bit to pay, as we just saw Avi there a moment ago get a 3-second penalty, so that will not help him in his fight. It looks like the grid's starting to oh, a bit of contact there. Is Fuller, is he round? No, he isn't. He managed to hold on to that. Alex and Mrs. Carl are going at it. Where is Alex? I assume he's down the inside. Yes, he is. Looking back from Mrs. Carl's car. Can Alex send it down the inside? He's got into the back of her. He's absolutely rammed her up the backside. And he's lost his front wing end plate. So that is not going to help him out. He's going to have to pit now. He can get to the end on hards from here. Frenzy easily goes by him. Hopefully for his cakes there's a saved car to help him as Chubb runs wide. Is he going to come straight into the pits? Yes, he is, and Chubb's gone into the back of him as well, going into the pits. Absolute rookie error from the Aston Martin driver there, but absolute chaos during that final stage. Alex just maybe getting caught out by Mrs. Carr's braking zone, maybe trying to go in a bit too hot, thinking that she was going to go maybe a bit narrower. But let's see where these two come out now. Should be fairly down the grid, as they're both getting wing changes. They're both in the grid. They are going to come out miles at the back, going to come up behind Cameron, and there's El Stefano all the way at the back. It looks like to be lagging a lot. GGC has left. I hope no one else has left, otherwise that means I have disconnected, which I haven't. It's just GGC. I will send him an invite quickly if there's no action anywhere else on track, which I don't think there is. Do I have him? I don't think I do have GGC. No, I do not. Who's that? That's not him. I can't send him an invite. I don't have him on my friends, so I can't send him an invite, unfortunately. So you're just going to have to wait. That's unfortunate for GGC. Although his car is still putting up a decent pace. He's only in 11th. There's a yellow flag in sector 3. That is for Avi, who spun round, nearly collected the Alpine of Cherry. Not a great weekend at all for Avi. I've seen him have problems like this around this track before. He hasn't looked comfortable on this game at all, really, compared to how he was on F1 2022. Maybe the handling model, maybe his new setup isn't helping him out. Frenzy now on the back of Mrs. Carr. Mrs. Carr's light is flashing, so she's clearly down on power. She's under 10%, and Frenzy is on 78%, so he's definitely got the edge over Mrs. Carr at this stage in the Grand Prix. Freddie Saint is on the back of GGC, and he's going to get the AI car down into turn 1. I wish I could invite GGC, but I don't have him on my friends, so I just can't do it. Let's get back to the front of the field though. Saying that, Frenzy has got past Mr. Carr, so has Mr. Carr made a mistake through the exit of the S section? I assume so. That is unfortunate for Mr. Carr. Maybe her tyres are just falling off now. These drivers are still to make a pit stop. They will go deep into this race as Epic and Full Air are going wheel to wheel again. I thought this battle was over. Clearly not. Epic not giving up. This is just helping Johnny out more and more. This is some great battling though between these two. As Fuller is looking around the outside, can he cut back underneath? No, he can't. Not at the minute. But them hard tyres are definitely looking in a better state than what Epic is. can't work out if these guys are running higher downforce or not, as Epic's into the pit. Might have crossed that inside line there. Not too sure. But I cannot report that. As now Cam already gets past GGC. Let's see where Epic comes out of the pits. He's going to come out well down the order. Is he going to get out ahead of the Alpine of Cherry? I believe he is. He's on board with Cherry now. He's going to be closer to turn one. Can Cherry get a move done on the Haas driver? Has to be somewhat spectacular. Obviously, Epic's tyres are going to take a while to heat up. So he might just be able to find the pace to stay ahead of him, as Alex and Chubb are dealing with GGC, who I cannot invite. I don't have him. Has he sent me a message? I believe he has. So I'm just sending GGC a message. So, where are we with this race then? It looks like the grid is spreading out a little bit. This is the time of the race when you will be considering your pit stop. As I say that, Johnny Stokes is into the pits to react to Epic. Let's see where he comes out. I'm hoping it's close to the Haas, if not in front, and he is ahead by miles, as we will see Epic getting past the teammate into turn one. Nice move, didn't lose too much time there, and gain some time using the DRS. But as I say, you'll be looking to pit around this lap. I'm still interested to see how Full Air will go in the second half of this race, as he will be going on to the hard tyres. The medium tyres, sorry. He will obviously therefore be on the quicker tyres. Still a lot of the grid yet to make a stop. If say now, you're probably even. If you are on the mediums, you are losing out, having to put the hards on. If you're then going on to the mediums, you know, you are getting a better tyre on the car. Johnny Stokes and Epic would lose out a lot though after just pitting. Gap's now down to 2 seconds after the stop, but Johnny will attempt to eke that out. See, his tyres will be cold. Avi and Cherry are fighting in the background. Avi gets through into turn 12 by the looks of it. So, yeah, drivers will just be having the back of the minds that a safety car could potentially come out at any second. I've seen a lot of chaos so far. If you're someone like Alex or Chubb, you probably want in a safety car so that you can catch back up to the field, as Epic sets the fastest lap of race, 136.8, as Mrs. Carr comes into the pits. Let's see where she comes out. Bearing in mind she was fighting with Alex and RPR Chubb, so let's see where she comes out in relation to them. Erez is also in the pits. It looks like Mrs. Carr is going to come out a long way ahead of these drivers, and she is. She's already going into turn one now. Good stop from Mrs. Carr, good 4 seconds ahead of these guys, and she's on much fresher tyres, so she's in a great position here. Erez and GGC are in the pits. Erez will come out just ahead of Frenzy, I believe. El Stefano, sorry. And he does indeed. El Stefano having a much quieter race than his sprint. Bit disappointing for him, but he did score points in the sprint race, I believe. I think he did, I hope he did. So out front, yet to make a pit stop, got Full Air and Frenzy. This will be the point of the race where Full Air will lose time to the guys pitting for fresh rubber, but he will be at such an advantage going on to the mediums that he will be able to close up. He might go even longer and go for soft. It's a risk. You can do it, but it is a risk. Chubb, Freddie Saint and Cam Ruddy look to be fighting at the back. And they are going 3 wide by the looks of it. Freddie Saint getting caught right in the thick of it in his first race. Cam Ruddy looks like he's going to try and get around the outside. He's very close to the back of Freddie Saint. Didn't go to the back of him like Alex on car. And he's going to go round the outside of the triple right-hander. Can he stick it in there? That would be an incredible move if he can. Down into turn 19. He's got the inside now. And that is a beautiful move from the rookie that is Cam Ruddy. As Freddie Saint boxes for a pit stop. As Scotty's into the pits now. Where will he come out? He's gained massively by the looks of it. He's going to come out with his teammate and Alex. That's going to be tight into turn 1. Scotty's gone from the softs, interestingly. Either he hasn't changed his tyres or he's hoping for a safety car or possibly a 2-stop. We haven't seen any 2-stops as of yet. But Scotty, that might be what he's aiming to do. But it's definitely this midfield group that seems to be having the most action at the minute. It look like they've closed well up to Mrs. Carl, who was ahead by about 4 seconds, but now it's down to 1.5 seconds as Alex sends it up the inside of Cherry, and he will get DRS as he was before the detection. He was behind Cherry in the detection point, sorry. So he will get the burst of that, which will get him even closer to Mr. Carl. He isn't using any ERS, which is interesting. I would probably be using VRS to try and just close that gap a little bit. Alex now can set his sights up on Mrs. Carl. He's only just a little bit in front, as I believe that is Scotty sending it up the inside of Cherry. Great move there, making the most of them soft tyres as Full Air now comes into the pits. Let's just have a look at what tyres everyone is on and the age of them. So Scotty's going aggressive. Is he trying the 2-stop? I want to say he is. Would I do it myself? No, I wouldn't risk it. You lose so much time just by making a pit stop. I'm interested to see where Full Air comes out. He was in a battle with Mrs. Carr. So where is he in relation to Mrs. Carr? He is miles ahead. He comes out just in front of Womack. So a great stop there from Full Air. He only is 10 seconds behind Epic. He's had the pace over him the full race. And Epic's only 2 seconds behind Johnny. So I'm going to put my bets on Full Air getting a great result out of this race. He was amazing in the first stint, and now he's on the quicker tyre. He should absolutely eke into that Johnny Stokes and Epic gap. Race is just quieting down now. We've got Chubb and Cherry really close to each other. Cherry will be looking to make a move on Cherry, as he's already buying basically at the DRS easy there. Cherry is on them 14 lap old hards. He pitted for on lap 1, so he's going to be struggling now. He really needs a safety car. But this has been a great race so far. Scotty right up behind Alex now on them softs as Frenzy comes into the pits. He should come out, sorry, somewhere near Full Air as Johnny retakes the lead of the race. Epic back up into second. Let's have a look at where he comes out in relation to Full Air. This might be close. As Frenzy's coming out the pits now. Full Air, are they going to meet at turn 1? No, they're not. Where is Carl? She can just about see him as he goes in turn 1, and she got past Womack on that lap as well. Scotty getting past Alex as we saw. So it's just starting to eke out now. We've got a few different strategies overlapping. Cherry looks to be the driver most at risk. Same with Womack. I can imagine Womack is going for the soft tyres though. Medium soft strategy. It is an interesting strategy. You are slow for the majority of it though, because of the tyre wear. It can be a bit of an uncomfortable strategy as he just lets Scotty go through there by the looks of it. On the quicker tyre, no point fighting him. Next up is Alex to contest with Womack, which is the oldest tyres on the grid now, them 16 lap old mediums. Full Air has already closed in a second onto Epic, who's now Only 1 second, no 2 seconds, sorry my fault, behind Johnny. Scotty is the driver to watch here on these soft tyres, as well as Frenzy's gone onto the soft, so can they get to the end? That'll be interesting to see. I'm assuming Scotty's a 2-stopper. We have also got to consider people's fuel levels, as Full Air sets fastest ever race on 36.3 on their mediums, but I assume he's going to get absolutely battered at some point by one of these soft runners. I think the soft runners, their goal is to not go out too quick. If they go out too quick, they will burn them soft tyres out and they will be in pain for the rest of the stint. You've got to pace them first few laps, as Alex has gotten past. Womack's there, fairly easy DRS pass into turn 1. It has been an amazing race so far though. I'll stick on board with Scotty for a little bit, just see the way he's managing these soft tyres. It looks like he went a bit wide there. The exit of, is that turn 9 I believe? Gets it nicely in. Watch the traction as he comes out of here compared to Mrs. Carr. Beautiful stuff. I think he might have a go here on it. Into turn 12. Bit far back maybe. But he will definitely be able to have a go. Oh, is he going to go around the outside of her? No way. That was from miles back. That just shows the grip of these soft tyres right now compared to them hard tyres. So Mr. Carr struggling to get the power down. Is Scotty going to try and cut underneath? No, Mr. Carr covers that one off. Is he going to try and do what I did to him yesterday? Ease around the outside? No, he has not. Great pace from Scotty at the minute. I feel like getting stuck behind these cars though, he's going to hurt him. As I said there, Frenzy sets a 135.9 on them softs. Scotty produces a beautiful move into the final corner and picks up DRS at the same time, which will help him out. And Mrs. Carl is below 20% on ERS, so she will be flashing a little bit, I think. I don't know if you flash at 20% or 10%. I've heard both over the years. Avi has overtaken Cherry, who's finally pitted off them hard tyres. He's going to go on to soft, so he's going to be a fast charger at the end of this race. He's going to come out around El Stefano, potentially. No, El Stefano's right at the back of the first straight with Freddie Saint. Is Freddie Saint able to go for a move here on El Stefano? El Stefano probably won't fight it too hard. El Stefano's a very respectful driver. Freddie Saint completes a lovely move, but El Stefano sticks in there. Oh, Freddie Saint's round. I think he just about held on, but that could have been the saved car that so many drivers are looking for. I still feel incredibly sorry for GGC, who's at the back now because of having to disconnect, and I can't send him an invite for that as a friend, unfortunately. Johnny Stokes, so what a race he's produced so far, coming through now on to start his 20th lap. He's 3 seconds ahead of Epic, so if he does get a penalty, he looks to be reasonably safe. It's still a dangerous gap, but reasonably safe. He hasn't put a foot wrong this whole race. This is how he would have wanted to start his campaign. Sprint race win, followed by a feature race win. However, he still has Full Air and Frenzy to contend with, who have massively closed that gap. Johnny Stokes, will this be the season he's able to win a Monday Night Championship? It's eluded him for so many seasons. He's been in title fights with myself and with Moyland, but he hasn't quite been able to do it on a Monday like he has on a Friday. I'd love to see the bloke race on a Sunday. He's an exceptional driver, exceptional talent, and would suit that grid to perfection. We need drivers like Johnny Stokes on that Sunday grid. Would be absolutely amazing to have him. But what about Epic as well? He has been pretty epic, to be fair. He's come in short notice. He's a bit overly what's the right word to use? Overly boisterous in the Discord. the 2 hours before the race, but you know, he's probably younger than me probably, and he's new to the league, so he's just trying to find his way in it. He'll learn a lot being in this group of lads. I hate to say it, a lot of old blokes in this league. I'm probably classed as old now for league racing at 20 years old. Probably gave a lot of you a heart attack, but yes, nowadays being 20 years old for league racing is old. We have a great group of drivers here. Scotty on them softs maybe starting to suffer a little bit as he hasn't been able to pull away from Mrs. Carl, who's on them hard tyres at the end of the race. She could still pick up a top 5, maybe a top 4. It depends how frenzy tyres go. Who is now on the back of Fuller and in the DRS, so he'll be looking to try and get a move done as soon as possible, as Fuller goes a little bit deep. So this is Frenzy's opportunity now to get by Fuller. He needs to get this move done quickly as he's on them soft tyres. He needs to use them soft tyres to their absolute maximum. Is he going to send it down into turn 12? No, he does not. Little lock up there from Fuller by the looks of it. But I can just see the longer that Frenzy stays behind, the longer them tyres are going to get worse and worse. His opportunity is going to go. Johnny Stokes has eked a gap of 4 seconds to Epic now. He's putting an absolute clinic as he's just lapped the ghost car of GGC. Incredible drive. He has lost a bit of time there actually. Gap's come down to 3 seconds. But you'd like to think that Epic will lose the same amount of time. I hope he knows that ghosting is off Epic, so he can't just go through back markers. Obviously GC isn't a back marker, but his AI car is a back marker. Let's have a look elsewhere then. Looks like he separated out a bit. Chubb and Alex have been stuck together the full race. Just do something, boys. Give us a bit of entertainment. Come on, go wheel to wheels. Rumax finally pits off of their medium tyres, 20 laps old. Can he salvage some points, or is it a bit too late? Cam Ruddy will find himself now in the fight for the final points paying position, but Rumax will be rapid. He'll go on to softs and be absolutely rapid. So it'll be a big task from Cam Ruddy. He's got 2 exceptional drivers behind, 2 veterans of the league. As Scotty picks up a 3-second penalty, that isn't going to help him out at all. He's got Cherry and Rumax behind, been in the league for a little while now. The boys very well have started themselves in this midfield group extremely well, as Elsfana retires in the pits unfortunately, as GGC's car looks to be getting in the way. So Avi picks up another 3-second penalty, so we have 6 seconds now. So Everett just needs to get a little bit closer and he will be able to pick up a position from his good friend Avi. Frenzy and Fuller still close, bit of lag as tends to be with crossplay when someone leaves, unfortunately. Frenzy now, can he send the one up the inside turn 1? He can break really late into turn 1, obviously because it's uphill. Mrs. Carr picks up a 3-second penalty. It looks like there was a bit of collision there between these two, but I think it might have just been a little bit of lag. But everyone's spread out. This is the problem with COTA. Everything can spread out very quickly. This seems to be the closest battle we have as GGC's AI car comes out on track. Very close to the back of Chubb. Definitely shat himself there. I can say that because it's an 18+ league, mate. Deal with it. We say worse in the group chat. So, yeah. Dry throughout the whole weekend here. Unlike yesterday where it absolutely poured it down in the race. My first wet race on the whole game. And I took second place, to be fair. Got pole, but my finger slipped off the paddle. Got drive-through penalty for jumping the start. Is what it is. Lost a bit of time behind back markers, not back markers, but you know, just trying to come back through the field. By the time we got up to second, tyres were gone and Kenny was miles ahead. But it was, despite the low numbers, because of the F1, it was still a great race to be a part of. I'm thoroughly looking forward to the rest of the season. It should be amazing. As I say, if you want to get involved in that, please do message us. It's a great opportunity. Really, really close racing with a bunch of really quick, no assist drivers. So if you're interested, please do get in contact and we will be able to get you a seat. We are looking for full-time drivers rather than reserves. We have a lot of reserves. So we should be able to get decent numbers week in, week out if the reserves turn up. Frenzy now right up behind the back of Fuller as Cherry picks up a 3-second penalty. Is that his first one? Who knows? As Frenzy sends it up the inside of Fuller, but he breaks incredibly early. Or it was lag. But I assume it was the former rather than the latter. These guys need to be careful though. They're looking to try and close in on the top two. Not fight each other, which I think Frenzy trying to accommodate as Freddie Saint picks up 3 seconds. Let's get the penalties back up. So have a look at where we're at. So Cherry and Avi both have 6 seconds. El Stefano, frustrating race for me. Lost seconds due to lag and handling damage on lap 7. That is really annoying. I hope that me streaming hasn't and being a spectator at the same time hasn't affected it, but it shouldn't affect it. It would only affect me. However, I do think Scotty's internet's a bit dodgy, so we'll try and sort it out going forward. I mean, I hope I can get a booster so that I can host and stream at the same time. Emirates picks up a 3-second penalty, so he's going to have to get much closer to his friend. It's a PS4 issue thing. Oh, you on PS4 as well, El Stefano? It might just be us wankers then. Just still on shit consoles. Or it's just me, maybe. I don't know. I thought you were on PC. Who knows? Either way, the lag is a problem in RPR for me anyway, which I don't normally have in other leagues, unfortunately. It is frustrating. The PS4 is just probably too old for it now, but I mean, I don't have a problem on any other game, so I don't have a problem on Call of Duty or Battlefield. So, as Chubb says, well, down the inside of Alex. Sorry, I missed that. I was waffling a little bit. But it's hard to... I'm trying to get back into it. I'm always trying to constantly look at the times to see who's getting close. We have a move here from Womax on cam ready for P11. Has he got it done? Easily into the braking zone on them soft tyres. Cam ready's just going to have to watch now as Womax runs into the distance. Some of these rookies have put up an alright race. They'll be looking to obviously gain more confidence through the season. Alex sticking right on the back of Chubb. Alex on 66% ERS. Chubb's down to 20%, so Alex is playing a long game. These two will not want to lose to the other one. I'm telling you that right now. Okay? They are going to want to have the bragging rights over each other. Scotty, by the way, still out there on them softs, so he's definitely going to the end. We're down to the final few laps here, and Fuller is within 2 seconds, and Frenzy's going down the inside, but he brakes really late again. Mate, just go for it. Just go for a block pass. As Alex gets 3 seconds, so he's finished himself in the battle against Chubb, unless he could pull 3 seconds on him out of nowhere. If you watch MotoGP or any bike racing, you will know what a block pass is. Just send it down the inside, park it on the apex, and make your opponents sort themselves out, right? If you get to that apex first, get it slowed down, don't push them wide, then, you know, you should be able to really hold the position, to be honest. But these two should be looking to work with each other a bit more. They might be able to get Epic on this final lap. It'll be close, but I think they've just left it a bit too late, to be honest. Yeah, it's been a little too late maybe from the both of them. I still feel bad for GGC, who is getting lapped by everyone. I'm going to need to friend a few, or everyone probably, in this league, in this tier, so that if this happens again, I can just invite people straight away. Frenzy now, going for a move on the penultimate lap. Is it a bit too early? He's only on 12%. He has finally got the move done into turn 12. On them softs, can he go after Epic on the final lap? I highly doubt it. Doesn't have much ERS at all. Oh, he does. My bad. I was watching full air. Sorry. He has a lot of ERS, so he can afford to burn all this in the next lap. Can he get to Epic? Because we see Mrs. Carl and Scotty going side by side. Same with Alex and Chubb going side by side. I want to watch these two because it could kick off. Alex getting back ahead, but he does have that 3-second time penalty. Was that a bit of contact? Was Chubb just giving him a little bit of a nudge, maybe, telling him to get a move on? Can he cut underneath him? No, he cannot. With Chubb needs to just stay within that 3 seconds and he will pick up a place. But Alex definitely has the advantage with the ERS levels. Scotty versus Mrs. Carl. Didn't think I'd be saying that. Mrs. Carl has dropped off of the top 4 though. She put up a valiant effort for a lot of time. Can she still hold on to this top 5 position though? Both drivers have 3-second penalties as Alex picks up 6 seconds. Oh no! Well, he's definitely going to finish behind Chubb now then. Can Full Air do anything on Frenzy? This is the final lap of the race now. A podium at stake for these two drivers. Frenzy's second podium ever in RPR history, or Full Air's first. Full Air manages to just get by. This is incredible racing on the final lap of the Grand Prix. Can Frenzy do anything about it? Can he get back down the inside? He's going to send it. No, he is not. I think Full Air is just about done enough. But we are on board with Johnny Stokes now as he's coming through the final few corners. He's going to take home the win of the first race of the season to start an incredible championship campaign for him. Epic comes home in second. Full Air is going to see Frenzy off at the line. Now we have Scotty and Mrs. Carl go side by side on the final lap of the race. What can happen between these two? Please don't take each other out on the final lap. Can Mrs. Carl get underneath Scotty? Yes, she can. Can she send it through on the final corner? Is she going to win? Is she going to beat Scotty? I think she is. Oh my word. What a result from Mrs. Carl. Get in, my sunshine. Amazing stuff there, Mrs. Carl. Chubb manages to come through in 7th on the track. Alex comes in 8th, and with that 6-second penalty drops miles down. Avi in 9th. Erez will come across the line next in to get the final points, I believe. Or will Womack jump him? Womack jumps him just at the line. So the two Mercedes drivers just miss out. Cam Ruddy comes through in 12th. Cherry, an unfortunate race, comes through in 14th. Womack has dropped down, but the race is finished, so he should keep that race. People are retiring and it's affecting the standards, so I'm going to sort that out at the end. But what an incredible race that was from our Monday Legends League to start the season off. My driver of the day, I think it's got to be Mrs. Carl, hasn't it? That switcheroo at turn 19 to get back underneath Scotty at the final corner. Incredible. I mean, Scotty had a great race as well. He came from a long way back to pick up 6th position. Great drive from the British driver. An all British podium in the end. Stuff you love to see. Yeah, brilliant stuff from our podium drivers there. Johnny Stokes looks like he's going to have a bit of a tough time though. If Epic can get his act together, sort out his race pace. He's definitely got the quali pace, so Johnny's definitely going to be looking over his shoulders through this. Let's just have a quick rundown then of the feature race results. So we have Johnny Stokes winning the race comfortably with Epic in 2nd. Full Air manages to beat off Frenzy in 4th. We picked up the fastest out of the race. Mrs. Cole with an amazing 5th. She'll be disappointed there that she's dropped a position. Scotty 6th. Chubb 7th. Alex 8th. Avi picked up positions for 9th. And then it was Woomax in 10th for the last points. Then Erez, Cam Ruddy, and I believe it was Cherry, Freddie Sane, and our DNFers are GGC, El Stefano, and Puggy Ethan. So there we have it for the first race of Monday's Legend Leagues. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope I did a good enough job for you guys, to be honest. I thoroughly enjoyed commentating. I do enjoy this side of the league. I hope all the audio was alright. I'm sure I would have been told if it wasn't. We will be back for Sunday F1 tier on Sunday. The time for that is undecided. We have put in 8 PM to have it at 8 PM every week. However, with the F1 at the minute being in the Americas, you get a lot of late races. So the Mexico GP starts at 7. I'm going to put some out on Wednesday. Please, if you're in Legends League and use minimum rating line, get involved in the Sunday League. It is an incredibly high level of racing, incredibly clean, incredibly respectful, and incredibly fast. So you will definitely improve a lot by racing in that, and you will have a lot of fun at the same time. And if you just wanted to look at what your true pace is like against some really quick drivers, come on, head in. You know, we've got this amazing Legends League set up, which is more just a casual thing, but everyone likes a bit of competition at times, so come get involved in Sunday League, whether it's full time or as a reserve. It's yet to be decided if next week will be at 9 PM UK time or it'll be a break week. We will get some posted and let our drivers vote for that probably around Wednesday. So yeah, we'll get that sorted. I will get highlights made for this race and get that uploaded on Wednesday. I'll try to make any funny videos. I hope I captured as much action for you as possible. Obviously, I haven't commentated as the main commentator since 2019. So it's been a while. It's been a good 3 years. So I'm just going to try and get back into it. But I had a great time. Loved watching the race. I think that's all I have to say. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to the RPR YouTube channel. Go in and check out our TikTok. Give that a follow, please. We post a lot of funny videos. Some 60-second highlight videos will be coming out on there. Go follow the Twitter as well. We post a lot of news over on the Twitter. So if you want to be kept up to date with everything RPR, go and follow our Twitter. And obviously get yourself involved in the races. Because we have a great time and we all race because we enjoy it. And we all want to race in big grids, big good close grids. So yeah, please help us all out. Get involved. Thank you very much, guys. And I'll catch you in a bit. See you later.